But I was saying, since Michael Holley likes to be right, we brought on somebody who's going to co-sign him. I think we actually showed you a headline from Deadspin earlier that the NFL needs a bubble. So the floor is yours, my friend.
I mean, like, how else? If I get that they did all of this because they're thinking down the line and they want their moneymaker, the Super Bowl, to happen. But we have it, what are we, week 4, week 5? Because I've lost all track of time. But if we're going to make it to 6, 7, or 8, how? If we're rescheduling games already and swapping out teams by week, and if the biggest game so far of the year, we're just going to get Cam versus Mahomes, and we know how this Patriots-Chiefs AFC matchup every year has led to some very huge game in terms of ratings, just in terms of impact it'll have on the postseason. If that's getting knocked to a Monday night and Cam's not in it, like, what are we going to do for the rest of the year if they can't even get their sexiest games on air with the players that they need for this to keep going? So at some point, they're going to have to figure out some type of system, because this is just a game where big, sweaty dudes tackle each other for 60 minutes. And I don't know how you sustain that in a pandemic when we're expecting the NFL to handle this properly when the NFL doesn't handle anything properly.
Yeah, it's a good point, and I agree with you. And I don't know the answer to this. Maybe we can figure this out together. How will that bubble work? Like, what's that bubble look like in your estimation?
Now, I'm smart, but I'm like not that smart to figure out. But I know that I'm smart enough to call Dr. Fauci and some healthcare professionals, because if you just take a peek ahead to college basketball, they're about to figure out some type of bubble system just because the NCAA can't go 2 years without their biggest moneymaker in the March Madness tournament. So they started the season, going to start on December 1st. They're going to figure this out. The NFL had the most league time of any sports league. This pandemic kicked off in March. Like, they had more time than anybody else to get this together, and they're still fumbling it, to put in a little play on words. But you got to get teams somewhere, North Dakota, South Dakota, I don't care where you go, and get everybody in an isolated area in order to play football. Because if we're still trying to allow fans in and fly and stay in hotels and go to restaurants, like, you're just putting a huge amount of people at risk outside of those that need to actually play football.
Yo, I'm sorry, man. My mind's all over the place. Can we take a wide shot of Carron's crib real quick? Because, like, yo, man, like, your house is even decorated like a bachelor. Like, you got incense burning somewhere in your house right now, don't you?
Look, man, you telling too much right now. I'm getting uncomfortable. Like, look, you snitching on your boy. I mean, hey, let's chill out a little bit.
No, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm just impressed with as Michael said earlier, the decor.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.